Hello everyone, welcome to the first of what is, well, expected to be many of the James Bond reviews. Obviously starting with Dr. No, going to go in order of release. I'm going to do my very best to try and get them all reviewed on camera, because a lot of them I'll need to watch again. Some of them I haven't seen since I was a kid. And I just want to try and get them all done before No Time to Die comes out, which... but who knows when that movie's coming out? There's absolutely no indication anymore. I mean, there's plenty of time for him to die now. But anyway, let's not get into the Bond release date. This video is all about Dr. No. It's the first Bond film made back in 1962, directed by Terence Young, produced by Harry Saltzman and Albert R. Broccoli, starring the late great Sean Connery as Bond himself. He just created the rich legacy of interpretations of the character. True, well, even though he was Scottish, true British gentleman in the film. So Dr. No sees James Bond and he battles the scientific genius known as Dr. Julius No, who wants to destroy the US space program. That's essentially the plot. Never overly complicated, always fun to watch. And for me, this is one of the best installments in the franchise, and it lays down the foundations of a rich 59 year now, so coming up with 60-year legacy of cinematic outings from the most, pretty much one of the most iconic franchises of all time. Even if you're not a fan of Bond, I would say it's very, very likely you've still seen a Bond film. And even if you haven't, you know exactly who he is. You know what James Bond's about. And yet, everything is iconic from the start. From the very first time you see the iconic opening through the gun, you see Bond walk past. It is amazing. And you've got Ursula Andress, and she stars as Honey Rider, and the first Bond girl to ever appear on screen. She does a fantastic job in the role, and obviously paved the way for, well, obviously what became an iconic trait in the franchise. It's one of the main things about Bond is there's always the Bond girl, isn't there? The story's really easy to follow, as I say, very enjoyable, doesn't feel too long, doesn't feel too short either. This one is an hour and 49 minutes, perfect runtime for what it was. The cinematography is beautiful in this film, especially, around the beach area, and the Blu-ray restoration it's very lovely looking, really, really nice to watch. So, it's definitely worth picking up the Blu-ray collection, or just even picking up your favourite ones, because hopefully they do release them in 4K at some point, but I think this is the best we're going to get for now, and it is worth it, especially since a lot of them are cropping up in Poundland these days. And we've also got the purple lighting in the kind of little cave area after the decontamination of Bond and Honey at Dr. No's lair. That lighting is just amazing to look at. It's astonishing still today. It's just so simple, but it just looks so effective and really sets the mood and tone of what the lair's about, especially with the set pieces such as the apartment with the, like the Star Trek-esque sliding doors, and just the design of the apartments in general. It just looks so futuristic, and it's brilliant. It works perfect for Bond. It's not over the top or anything. The action sequence are really exciting throughout, especially the chase through the jungle when they've got to hide underwater, and like Bond and Honey running in a speedboat at the end, and explosions and everything. It's easy to do that now with CGI everywhere. It's easy to just put an explosion in. If you see a Michael Bay film, that's all there really are, just explosions. But to watch a massive set piece properly blow up in a film, it is absolutely astonishing to watch, and it's just on the edge of your seat action the whole time. It's very, very exciting film. That's what Bond has to be. As much as it can be about maybe seducing women to try and get intel. There's so many traits like that, but the main part of Bond is the action sequences, and they never fail to let you down. So in conclusion, Dr. No is simply one of the best out of the whole lot. It's my personal favourite. Stars my favourite Bond, Sean Connery, favourite out of the lot. And you do sometimes hear his Scottish accent creeping in a little bit. If you listen very carefully, especially if you're British, Americans probably wouldn't notice it as much, but British, especially being northern, you sometimes hear the little elements of Scott in his voice, and I still think it's brilliant to hear. So, yeah, we're going to keep going with these reviews, hopefully see where we can get by. I believe it's end of September now for No Time to Die. And yes, so I'll see you on the next Bond video, which will be From Russia with Love next. So thank you very much for watching. Drop a comment if you like Doctor No, if you don't like it, where it ranks in your Bond, if Sean Connery's your favourite Bond. I don't know, drop a comment, let us know what you think about the film, and I will see everyone in the next video.